We have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-DAVID-P. Here's a caller asking about yesterday's emergency alert test. Take a listen.
Hey, David. Wondering if you've heard about any of the conspiracies around the emergency test that hit everyone's phone at 2:18 p.m. Eastern today. Because the reason I'm asking is a friend of mine called me minutes before it went off and said a very informed person warned him that the government / Joe Biden might be using this emergency test as an opportunity to either kill our phones with some kind of EMP or install some kind of malware on it. And I thought this was very interesting. He recommended that I turn my phone off and maybe even put aluminum foil around it to protect it from whatever the government might do.
I've actually moved from tin foil to parchment paper lately, for cooking purposes anyway, so I'd consider that.
So just wondering if you'd heard about that, and if you had or heard any other conspiracy theories, would love to hear about them myself.
Yeah, the other one I heard was that the emergency alert system test would activate something that was injected into people from the COVID vaccine or something like that. You know what's funny about the test? I heard about the conspiracies. They're really wacky. We recorded today's interview with the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, yesterday, and we recorded it during that test. And so everybody's devices went off during the interview, even though everything was silenced, because I guess it was just pushed through even to silent phones. And so we paused for 10 seconds. We said, okay, are we good to continue? Yes. And that little bit got cut out from the interview. And it was essentially the biggest non-event I could imagine. So I heard the conspiracies. They're not really worthy of too much discussion. What a bonus show that we have for you today. We'll talk about Nancy Pelosi getting kicked out of her office. We'll talk about mortgage rates reaching record highs, what it means for the housing market and the economy. And Joe Biden is building the wall, well, allowing a part of it to be built. What is going on with Biden and the wall? This is so fascinating. It is going to trigger MAGA, but I have bigger concerns. All of those stories and more on today's bonus show. Sign up at joinpakman.com. Get the full David Pakman Show experience.